It's good to be back with you for the second week of devotions in which we dive into this theme of suffering. I know I've enjoyed it. God's been speaking to me, and I trust He has to you as well. Today we're going to focus on how suffering produces revelation. Have you ever tried to recreate an unbelievably sweet memory that you have had? In other words, something that maybe even felt like an out-of-this-world type of experience that you've repeatedly tried to go back to. Have you noticed how hard this is? And actually impossible? Right? We can be around the same people, we can even go to the same place, but it's different. Why? Well, I believe what we're truly longing for is actually unattainable here on this earth. I think what we do is we have a longing for home. I'm not talking about the home we grew up in, but as Paul says, our citizenship is in heaven. I believe what our longing is for perfection, to be clothed in perfection. Suffering is often a means that is used to produce a type of revelation within us of what one day will be. Left to our own devices, we will often try to keep recreating earthly type of memories that will leave us feeling unfulfilled, that will feel fleeting and constantly elusive. And so suffering is often God's gracious jolt in order to keep us from setting our sights so low. Suffering is often a means in which He shifts our affections from that which is fleeting to that which is permanent. Have you ever given a child a gift that you've just been super excited to give? Have you ever noticed a funny thing that always seems to happen? As they're opening this gift, they become captivated by the box itself rather than the thoughtful, expensive gift within the box. And I find that to be a true picture of us, that we can get so attached to the here and now, trying to recreate inferior memories rather than focusing on the true gift that God has given us. Now, listen to Paul's words here in Romans 8:20-23 that talk about this idea. Here's how it reads. For the creation was subjected to frustration, not by its own choice, but by the will of the one who subjected it, in hope that the creation itself will be liberated from its bondage to decay and brought into the freedom and glory of the children of God. We know that the whole creation has been groaning as in pains of childbirth right up to the present time. Not only so, but we ourselves who have the first fruits of the Spirit, we groan inwardly as we wait eagerly for our adoption to sonship, the redemption of our bodies. So Paul is saying that even the creation itself knows something is amiss, knows there's more. See, when sin entered this world, everything became out of whack. And for instance, we experience earthquakes, tsunamis, all sorts of different catastrophes. And this suffering produces within us a reminder of, oh, this isn't it. There's more. We desire to be clothed with perfection. And so suffering is a means that actually helps us to live out our theology. You see, most of us believe there's much more than the here and now. But if you're like me, that reality doesn't always penetrate into day-to-day life. But here's the thing. Once it does, it radically alters how we live our lives. Once this reality sinks in, we become free to risk so much more for God's kingdom. Once we realize that what we are risking here on earth is temporary and what we're gaining is eternal, it enables us to live so much more freely as we pursue what we're truly longing for, not a substitute. So I want to leave you with this question. What is something of a temporary nature that you're struggling to see it in that light right now? And as you ponder that question, I want to share something with you that this coming Thursday, we are going to do something live on our Facebook page in regard to the theme of suffering, where you can submit questions to me at my email, and I will take those questions live on our Facebook page and be able to have some real-time interaction. So I hope you participate in that. I'd love to hear your questions.